So promotion was one, and a club from a higher division came knocking for you. Coventry.
Well, yeah, I mean, I didn't want to go. You know, as you know, Ray, I'm a loyal sort of player, me, and I'd done 6 years there, and it all came to pass when Cyril decided to give Alan Walsh a 50 quid goal bonus. And to be honest, that should never have happened. That just singled him out of a collective team. And when they told me that, a couple of lads, I was like, you are? I said, I'm not having that. That's absolutely outrageous. So I went banging on his door and I said, if you're giving the centre forward 50 quid a goal, I want 50 quid a clean sheet. And he went, no chance, get out of my office. I said, no. I said, if you've now set a precedent, and if that's the case, I want 50 quid. And he went, no. And I said, well, sod you then. So we broke down, our communication broke down. Kevan was the chairman at the time. And I left and I said, right, I can't play for a manager who doesn't rate me at all. And he's prepared to do that. So I put the transfer in. No, I wouldn't sign a new contract. That's what it was. My contract had expired. And Kevan rang me out the blue. It got to the summertime and asked me to come in and have a meeting with him and Cyril. So I went in, sat there, and he said, look, Cyril, I want Kevan to stay. Why don't we give him £50 clean sheet for every clean sheet? And Cyril was adamant. He said, no, I'm not doing it. And he said, well, I tell you what, Kevan, he said, Cyril won't do it. I'll personally give you out of my pocket. And I said, no, you're missing the point, Ken. I said, I absolutely appreciate the gesture. I said, but if I've got a manager here who doesn't see me worth 50 quid, so what chance, how can I play for a manager like that? I said, 50 quid, but he'll give it to a centre forward. And that centre forward might score 3 goals and get 350 quid. I'm asking for 1 for every clean sheet a game. Yeah. And I said, he can't do that. That tells me he doesn't rate me. I said, I'm sorry, no. And I said, I really do appreciate the gesture, but it's time for me to move. And that's what it was. So, sad, but...
Yeah, Coventry came in for you. And,
Well, I started to talk with Lou Macari. He wanted me and Dave Calderwell to team up. So I'd agreed terms with Lou Macari, who was at Swindon, because I strongly believe they would go up, and they did. They actually went up in 2 jumps, I think. But then at the death, even though I'd agreed everything on the phone by word, he rang me up, Cyril, and he said, you've always said you wanted to play higher division. He said, well, here's your opportunity. Norman Hunter's going to ring you. Well, I'm an ex-72 Leeds secret fan, you see. So when I heard Norman Hunter, I went, Norman Hunter, where's he? And he said, Rotherham, he'll be ringing you in 5 minutes. Anyway, he rang me in about 2. Hello, big man, how you doing? And he said, have you? I said, well, you're too late, Norman. I've agreed everything with Lou Macari. And he said, have you shook his hand? And I said, no, I haven't shook his hand. I said, but we've agreed everything by word. He said, if you'd have shook his hand, he said, I would put the phone down and walk away. Come down and see me tomorrow. So I went down, and within 5 minutes of seeing the pitch, talking to him, I was sold. And plus it was only an hour and a half drive me. And they matched everything that Swindon were giving me. So he was like Billy Elliot. I wasn't getting out of that place until I signed the contract. So he couldn't warrant the finance. So he brought the chairman down, and he said, you're going to cost this club an arm and a leg, Smithy. He said, can you stand up? So I stood up, and he was like, he was only about 5'1". And he looked up at me and he went, by you're a big bugger, aren't that? I couldn't quite get the language. I've never heard the language, Yorkshire so broad. I was like, what's he saying? Yeah. And he said, you're a big lad, aren't the lad? He said, you reckon you can do the business for this club? And I said, I know I can do the business. He said, do you want him, Norman? And Norman said, yeah, I want him, Chairman. He went, you'll be the ruin of me, sign him. And that was it. He walked out and I signed.
Yeah. Norman, I remember interviewing him in the 90s, and what a lovely bloke to talk to. Nothing like
not what you saw
on the pitch. Yeah. Nothing at all. You know, when I went to interview him, I thought, what am I going to say to this guy? He'll bite me head off. You know, Norman, bite your legs under. But what a lovely, pleasant guy to talk to. You know, it'd be sadly missed.
Great manager, great bloke to talk to if you had a problem. if you didn't play well, he'd give you the curly finger, and he'd have a laugh and he'd go back. I don't know who turned up on Saturday, but it wasn't who it was supposed to be. That type of way around it. Brilliant. I mean, I remember one day he chased me around the training ground. He was going to kill me if he got hold of me, and it was all because he always like ex-players and managers wanted a five-a-side at the end of the Friday, and we were neck and neck, and I was on the opposite side, and he said, right, next goal the winner will be scored in the next 5 minutes. So I pushed up front, and he was playing defence, and he was like nudging me in the back, going, oh, Smudgy, you big fella, you've got no chance. So the ball came to me, and I just stopped it when he stood and back-heeled it, and it went through his legs and through Kellum O'Hanlon's legs. There was a goal, and I just turned round right in his face, raised my hands, and I went, there you are, Gaffer, that's how you score. And I just saw the red in his eyes, and he just went and swung for me, and I come running at me, and he chased me all over the place trying to catch it. If he caught me, he'd have killed me. And obviously the bus back to the ground was very quiet, and everyone was coming up going, bloody hell, Smudge, he was going to kill you, wasn't he? And I said, I know. I said, what was going on there? Anyway, he called me we had a sauna in our room, and he called me in, and he sat down, and he apologised and said, you know, I lost my head a bit. He said, but I did say to you, never take the mick out of me or anything like that. And I was like, oh yeah, I do apologise, Gaffer.
Now we know how Francis Lee felt like all them years ago.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. But I didn't nutmeg him ever again.
Anyway, another move after that to Coventry.
Yeah, we played Coventry in 2 rounds of the cup, and I can't remember the cup, but we played them at home, and then we played them away. And it was actually Sir Regis, God bless him, who got me signed, because at their place at half-time, he walked in their dressing room, grabbed the report of the scout off the wall and ripped it up. And he doesn't swear, Cyril, he's a born-again Christian. And he started effing and blind and saying, that centre-half's got me in his pocket, and this whoever was our scout wants shooting, and blah, blah, blah. And then after the game, John Sillett grabbed him and he said, look, that centre-half, what do you think? And Sill said, if you can get him, get him. And then they came and got Dean Emerson, who played for Rotherham at the time. And then about 6 weeks later, they came back for me.
And you played a few games with Coventry, but then unfortunately you got injured.
Well, I got injured. I actually got injured, Ray, about 10 days after arriving. I arrived on a Tuesday. I arrived on a Wednesday. I played for Rotherham in the first round of the FA Cup at Wigan, and I got sent off because I chinned Jebson. Is it Jebson? The centre forward. He spat in my face. So I dropped him and just carried on walking. And the joke always was that John Sillett signed me for my right hook and not my right foot. So yeah, so we were travelling to Southampton on the Thursday. So I signed on the Wednesday, and we travelled to Southampton. John Sillett told me I was going to be a sub. The game got rained off. We ended up on the lash all the way back, stopping at every pub there was. We were absolutely fell off the coach, manager and everybody. I thought, this is a great squad, this. And then he asked me to play against Villa Reserves on the Tuesday, and Mark Walters broke my leg.
Oh,
so that was it. That was it. Yeah, gone.
Yeah, so unfortunately, you're on the sidelines when Coventry won the cup, and your mate Keith Houchin scored that famous equaliser for them. For a turn on the TV just the other week there, wasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, all the lads were sending me all the interviews up they were doing for the TV, trying to sicken me off, so it didn't work. Because I think when we won the FA Cup, I got the job. John Sillett gave the job of travelling down with all the wives and girlfriends and making sure they got everything they wanted in champagne and dinner, because we stopped at a big country pile, and they had a bit of entertainment. And anyway, by the time I got them to Wembley, they were absolutely slaughtered. And even to this day, they say that they can't remember the game, but they can remember the trip down.
But what a great day, though, for Coventry. I know you didn't play, or you weren't even on the bench, but even so for Coventry to win the FA Cup in such a manner as well. Even
for me, being cup-tied and part of the squad, but not the FA Cup squad, but being part of the team and the whole day, I mean, I knew the lads well, and for them it was great, you know, because they were all, it was only like Cyril who was a real big star. The rest were all like sort of mediocre sort of journeymen to a degree, cobbled together for a better word, considering who they were playing against, Tottenham. That's and right. all the Mabbotts and the Hoddles and the Waddles in the game. So we were the underdogs by far. And to achieve what they did was brilliant. And for the town and the fans, it was fantastic. And I mean, that celebration, Ray, went for 4 months. It didn't just stop after a week. It went for 4 months. We were wanted everywhere from Monday to Friday. And of course, John Silk, because I broke my leg, all the lads were getting rat-faced in dicky bows and everything. I'm in a dicky bow and I'm the FA Cup minder. So wherever that FA Cup went, I was next to it. People who wanted a photograph, I was less than a yard away from it, keeping my beady eyes on it, making sure it come back into my hands. And at the end of the night, well, end of the morning, because it was 3 and 5 in the morning sometimes, I'd be the one going back to security course head office, signing myself in the gate, getting fleeced with the cup, going into another stronghold, opening the big box that it stays in, signing it in that I've witnessed it's locked in and going into another safe, then coming out of one cage, signing that, then coming out of another cage and being allowed home.
Great responsibility.
Crazy time. Crazy time.
Good practice, though, for lifting trophies. Yeah, but good practice lifting trophies. What was to come later at Darlington, though, wasn't it? You know, because
I mean, that's true, Ray, because I didn't drop the ones we won.